I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
So y'all, what I'm about to tell y'all tonight is you're talking about the Art of Persuasion. Art of Persuasion. We had Toastmasters in Miami Beach, and y'all know about Toastmasters. It's like basically a public speaking group, but it's more like networking, just a place to meet people, just a place to network, basically. It is public speaking, but it's networking disguised as public speaking. Number one skill you got to learn when it comes to speaking to other people in anything. I don't care if you join a networking group, if you own a business, I don't care if you clean toilets for a living or you want to be a baseball player. You have to learn the skill of persuasion. The art of persuasion is pretty much everything. You got to persuade people to get them to do what you want. You got to persuade people to agree to your ideas. You got to persuade people to part with their resources to get your resources. I.e., if I tell somebody, listen, I wrote a book and it costs $10, I need to have the skill of persuasion to get them to part with their $10 in exchange for my book. So I have to persuade them that this book is worth at least, if not more than $10. That's the only way that they're going to buy the book. If any of you ever bought anything, all you have probably spent some money today. You spent money today because you agree in some way, shape, or form that spending that money, you're going to get back more value than you paid. Or if you don't spend the money, something bad is going to happen that you don't want to happen, like your lights getting cut off or your cell phone not working no more. So you must develop. The reason I'm talking about this is the skill of persuasion is sales. It is sales. Sometimes I talk to people and I hear people say really dumb things to me like, Dre, I'm not a good salesperson. I don't want to be in sales. I've never succeeded in sales. I don't want to do anything that has anything to do with sales. I'm like, all right, then you probably should go commit suicide, because guess what? Life ain't nothing but sales. Life is nothing but sales. If you have a significant other, you ever had a kiss, you ever had sex, you ever got a job, you ever got accepted into a school, if you ever started a business and had one customer, you have made a sale. That's all life is sales. Now, if you're not good at sales, you can get better at sales. And one thing, I tweeted this earlier today. If you're not following my Twitter, follow me on Twitter at DreAllDay. You absolutely must. It ain't too many things that I tell people they must do. This is one of the things you must do when it comes to your money. You must invest money, not just time, effort, and energy, but also money into improving your ability to persuade. You must invest money in improving your sales ability. Now, does that mean that you got to go take a sales class? Not necessarily. You can get a sales coach. You can read a book. Don't read a book. Read a bunch of books on sales. Sign up for some online course on sales that costs $15. Go buy a book that costs $12.99. You must learn how to sell. You must learn how to persuade people, because that's all persuasion is. It's your ability to have a conversation with another person. I'm explaining what it is. Have a conversation with another person. Let them know what it is that you're offering. It could be information, it could be a product, it could be a service, it could be an idea, it could be agreement that you want. Get them to agree with what it is that you want, and then get them to part with some resource to show that they really agree. A resource, again, could be their attention, it could be their time, it could be their energy, it could be their money. But you have to be able to get people to part with their resources in exchange for your resources. That's the art of persuasion. Now, if you have no resources with any value, if you don't have anything to offer of any value, you have no knowledge, you have no skills, you have no experience, you have no expertise, you have no products, you have no services, then you need to go get some. Because if you ain't got nothing to offer, then there's nothing you can persuade people to do. You have nothing to offer them. You got to have something to offer people if you're going to persuade them. I can't persuade you into doing nothing. If you're already doing nothing for me, then I can't persuade you to do more of nothing. I got to have something to offer. So each one of you out there, you got to develop something. You got to make yourself valuable. If you don't know what you have to offer, like, each one of you should be able to walk into a room of 1,000 people and stand in front of the room on the stage and tell them something that you can do, something that you can offer, something that you can share that's worth value, that has value, that makes them say, hey, I want to buy that. Hey, I want to know more. Hey, I'll give you an hour of my time to learn more about what you got to say. Hey, who are you on Twitter? I'll follow you. Yo, you wrote a book, let me go buy it. Yo, you giving away a free PDF download, let me go download it. You have to be able to exchange your knowledge, skills, information, expertise, products, and services for people's attention. If you can't do that, you haven't developed the art of persuasion, and you can't sell. And if you can't sell, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? What are you going to do? Most of the time when I talk to people, I say, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years? What's the next thing for you? Most of the time people say something like, yo, I want to start my own thing. I want to do my own business. You know, I want to get my own thing started. You know, I want to do something with sales. You know, maybe I want to go into entrepreneurship. That's what most people end up saying. Well, how are you going to do any of that if you can't sell? If you can't sell, how are you going to start a business? Who's going to invest in you? You can't get somebody to invest in you if you can't sell them on the idea. How are you going to run a business if you ain't got no customers? If you can't sell, if you can't persuade people to understand that your product is worth their money, how are you going to run a business? Well, I'll answer that question for you. You can't. You can't run a business if you have no customers. And you can't get a customer if you cannot persuade them that what you have is worth their money. And if you can't persuade people that what you have is worth their time, attention, money, and energy, then you are not a salesperson. If you can't sell, what are you going to do in life? You can't do anything successfully in life if you can't sell. You got kids, and you tell your kids clean their room and they don't want to do it. If you don't have the art of persuasion, you don't have the skill of persuasion, how are you going to get them to do what you want them to do? It's impossible. If you're on a date with a girl that you like, and you want to, and this is the third date and she ain't touched you yet, and you want to get a kiss, if you don't have the art of, you don't have the skill of persuasion, if you don't have the ability to sell, how are you ever going to get that kiss? Let alone come in the house, let alone go upstairs, let alone spend the night. How is any of that going to happen if you can't get the first step, if you can't get past the first step in the process? You have to be able to sell. The art of persuasion is everything. Who is this dude? All right, this guy gotta go. All right, he's out of here. All right, so anyway, the point is this, and I'm gonna end it on this. If you don't have what you want in life right now, and I don't think anybody has what they want. I don't have everything that I want. You don't have everything that you want in life right now. Only thing between the you that exists now and the you that has everything you want is your ability to sell, your ability to persuade, your ability to get other people to see your point of view, see what it is you have to offer, and agree that it is worth their resources. And until you develop that skill, you will forever be lacking what you want. If you want to go your whole life not having what you want, then just keep not having that skill. But if you want to improve that skill, this is what you're going to do. I am going to start doing group. I'm going to start offering group sessions where I'm going to train you. I'm going to train y'all on how to sell. I'm going to train you on how to talk to people. I'm going to train you on how to persuade. I'm going to train you on the art of sales, because so many people need this skill. Is ridiculous. So many people think they have it. There's some people I meet who are in the business of sales. Like they work in a sales job or have a sales business, but they can't sell. They couldn't sell their way out of a paper bag. I'm like, what? Who is this? I'm like, how are you going to be able to do this? How are you going to be able to achieve? How are you going to be able to run your business? Who are your customers? Who's buying from you? Because I know you can't sell. I'm having a conversation with you. I know you can't persuade me to do anything. You just don't have. You don't have the posture. You don't have the words. You don't have the strategy. You just don't have the skill set. I'm gonna start helping y'all out with that skill set. So what you're gonna do is send me a snap at Dre Baldwin. I'm gonna set up a page on my website where you can sign up, and I'm gonna offer group training on the art of persuasion, the art of sales, because so many people need it. I want to see people who can sell. You got to be able to sell to get what you want. What if everybody just had what they wanted in life? What kind of life would we have? It wouldn't be no hating. It wouldn't be no jealousy. It wouldn't be no people arguing in the comments on Instagram. It wouldn't be nothing. None of that would be going on if everybody had what they want. See, people only do destructive, useless stuff when they ain't got what they want in life. So I'm going to help you get what you want by teaching you how to persuade, how to sell. Because if you can sell, you can get anything. Guaranteed. Just might take a little bit of time, might take some effort, but you can get anything you want if you had the ability to sell. So I'm going to help y'all out with that. So go follow me on Snapchat right now, at Dre Baldwin. My Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. Follow me on Snapchat. I'm going to hook y'all up because y'all need it. I need it. Everybody needs it. Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. And I'm going to put a link in my bio on Periscope soon. As soon as I get to the computer, I'm going to set that up and put a page on my site so everybody can sign up. Y'all need this, so make sure you give this to yourself. Invest in yourself with time, effort, energy, and experience. Work on your game. Dre all day. Sure, you get my first book, Buy a Game. It is free. Click the link right here below in the video description. I'm on all your favorite social media platforms: Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. All the links are right down here below. Is either Dre Baldwin or Dre all day on each one of those sites. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down there and the thumbs up like button. Subscribe so you catch all the new content. Work on your game. Dre all day.